Okay, everybody, we are back for more reactions. My mom is home from cruise, and those rough days are over. And yeah, we are home. We are back. Yeah. So we're gonna start off with QuubbleCop. I don't know what am I gonna say his name right, and let's just say we're gonna be reacting to YouTube's biggest sellout. So sorry, I was, setting up my phone to the, my ring stand thingy, whatever that is, so I can see your comments. So, without further ado, here we go.
If you want to become a content creator, the best thing that you could do is easily just watch the biggest creators. What creators get the most views? What creators make the most money? Which creators get the most love? But sometimes it's also important to look at the creators who have made the biggest mistakes. Because sometimes you gotta learn from other people's fuck-ups. One of the best examples of this is QuubbleCop, who easily has had one of the worst downfalls in YouTube history. You guys requested me a lot in the last video to do a video on this guy, and I see why. In such a short span of time, he went up to 15 million subscribers and then just lost most of his audience in one single year. He sold his soul to AI, he flexed his wealth non-stop, and basically treated his audience like a cash grab, and it eventually caught up to him. The rate that he ruined his career is almost kind of impressive, like it has to break some sort of world record. Nowadays he's lucky if he even hits 100k views on a single video, and now the desperation for his content is showing pretty bad. How did someone mess up the opportunity of a lifetime in just one single year? Let's cut the bullshit and get right into it. Now, YouTube began as a hobby for Jordy at the age of 16 all the way back in 2011, posting simple gameplay videos, and they were as amateur as they can get. This was during the early days of gaming YouTube, where it was still becoming a pretty new genre into the content space. But around the same time, lots of gaming YouTubers were getting some serious views and starting to make real money. The idea of this being a job and a business was becoming very, very popular. Jordy wanted in on this, and he wanted to make this more than just a hobby, so in 2012 he set out to make one video every single day. A pretty ambitious goal for a person who was still in high school, but he showed up, he put in the work, and fulfilled the promise to himself. Post after post after post, there were no results. Until he posted his first ever successful series, which was a compilation of GTA 5 failing moments. These got millions of views, and this was the content that really blew him up. Suddenly, he got his first 100,000 subscribers. He thought that this could be a serious possible direction for him, so he started to network with other YouTubers. When it comes to YouTubers, collabs are one of the biggest and easiest ways to blow up. It's the closest thing that you can get to being a nepo baby in social media. And QuubbleCop was going to blow up with the help of his friends, Jelly and Slogo. Together, these guys made the trio robust and constantly collaborated. Not only did they do gameplay videos, but they did tons of challenges and vlogs together. Many of these will become QuubbleCop's most popular videos to date. In fact, across all of their channels, all of their collaborations were their most viewed videos. Within the span of a year, he went from 1 million subs to 5 million subs. That means during his prime, he was gaining like at least 8,000 subscribers every single day. And what further helped him blow up was his relationship with Azzyland, an up-and-coming YouTuber who at the time also had 1 million subscribers. Next to collaborations, relationships are also one of the best ways to blow up as well. I mean, not just in content, but also like in general. Musicians and celebrities constantly get a lot more traction in their career when they are dating someone who is also very famous. In 2020, Azzy hit 13 million subscribers while Jordy hit 14 million. By this time, he was unstoppable. He had a diehard fanbase getting millions of views, multiple successful video games, his own company, a hot girlfriend. What else could you possibly need? But it wasn't too long.
I didn't even know that. I played a lot of GTA 5 when I was a kid, including when I play with this laptop that you guys are seeing right now. Yeah, this is my very first gaming laptop. And what's up, Caden? How you doing?
Started to go downhill after this. Why? Well, it all makes sense when you look at some of the greedy shit that QuubbleCop did. Now, QuubbleCop's downfall didn't start until 2021, but the groundwork for this started in 2019. It was in December when he quietly disappeared from the Robust group. This was completely out of nowhere as he just stopped doing videos with them with no explanation. He was replaced with an up-and-coming YouTuber named Craner, but this didn't slide. People noticed quite immediately. And around the exact same time, QuubbleCop and Azilan broke up after 3.5 years together, and the reasoning for both of these wouldn't be revealed until nearly a year later. First, he did explain
Sounds like my life. Am I right?
the breakup was pretty amicable, and the main reason was just simply the fact that he was not feeling the connection.
What? Huh? I'm getting tired of someone trying to fuck with me.
Oh, why did you guys break up? Well, as you guys might know, I'm from Amsterdam, the Netherlands, and Azzy is from Canada. When we met each other, we fell in love, and it was a long-distance relationship. You don't choose who you fall in love with, and it was the first time in life that I actually fell in love with a girl. So we tried making it work. She was in love with me, I was in love with her, and for the longest time, things went great. But once reality kicked in, once the honeymoon phase was over, we realized that we're two people from completely different places.
That same year, he finally revealed that he left the Robust group due to mental issues. He felt the content was stale and repetitive, which caused a pretty big depression. So he felt that it was best to leave the group.
I ended up getting a depression, which I've never, ever said anywhere publicly. I had a depression for 2, maybe even 3 years. And during this depression, everything in my entire life, I started hating. Everything became really hard to do, and all in all, I just had a really tough time. Now, every fairy tale has a good ending. During my depression, I was still recording with Jelly and Slogoman, and I started to see that I was just having a really hard time keeping up with these guys. I was having a really hard time recording these videos, and I noticed that I had to put YouTube to the side a little bit so I could fully focus on my own mental health, on my own well-being, and that's what I started doing.
Now, these both were pretty amicable splits from Azzy and the Robust group. There was no beef, no drama, no negativity, none of that. These are not the main cause of Jordy's downfall by any means. Yes, the group and the relationship helped him blow up, but it definitely was not the main cause of the downfall and why he suddenly was just disliked. The reasons for why he left were pretty reasonable. He didn't find the relationship and the content were fulfilling. It's pretty simple. He still could have continued to grow and keep his respect if he just still made good content, but this was when QuubbleCop's intentions changed for the worse. It stopped being about chasing the passion while making money doing it, and simply now only about chasing the money, which is why this statement aged like hot milk in the sun.
I don't care about making an extra buck on YouTube. I don't care about the money. I really genuinely do not do YouTube for the money. I do it for the experience. I do it for the fun. I do it because I want to help you guys.
The video where he announced his departure, leaving Robust, was where he put the spotlight onto a new up-and-coming YouTuber he was working with, Tiger. This guy completely came out of nowhere, and QuubbleCop saw lots of potential in him.
I met Tiger a while back. We were recording videos, and I needed a guest, and Hassan joined me. Hassan is Tiger. And I thought, this guy is on top of things. This guy is fast, he's talented, he's passionate. And that's when I realized, I started giving him a few tips. I'm like, this guy could be a really big YouTuber.
So he mentored him and featured him in tons of his videos. The two had amazing chemistry as Tiger listened to QuubbleCop's playbook pretty well. In just 8 months, he went from 0 subscribers to nearly 900,000 subscribers. Damn! But on February 10th, he just stopped posting videos. Why? Around the same time, he created a second channel called Liger and posted all of his content onto there instead. And eventually, he addressed the situation that caused quite a lot of suspicion.
Everywhere, I gotta watch out. Now, I've been reading comment after comment after comment, and everyone is asking the same thing. Why are you not uploading to Tiger, and what happened between you and QuubbleCop? Well, guys, it essentially boils down to one thing, and that is that me and QuubbleCop are actually no longer friends. Now, I know this sounds shocking and sad to a lot of you guys, because this means that we are probably never ever gonna make videos again together. But you know what they say, guys, everything must come to an end. Now, this whole situation between me and Jordy happened about a month or 2 ago, and I'm not gonna...
Shit happens, am I right? We all gonna have to face the reality.
I'm not gonna get too much into who was in the right or who was in the wrong, because I I can't.
It later would be revealed that the two of them had a deal together where QuubbleCop got a portion of all of Tiger's earnings in exchange for the mentorship and for the spotlight. This may sound bad, but it's actually a pretty common thing that does happen in this industry. QuubbleCop even did it with PewDiePie. I mean, think about it, you're getting direct insight and huge promotion with tons of useful resources. Shit, if I had 0 subscribers, I'd take that deal. Clearly it worked for Tiger, but it seemed like the details of this deal were pretty suspicious. In terms of how the deal worked specifically, Tiger was the voice and creative director of the channel, while QuubbleCop basically owned the channel. Tiger received a flat salary on top of 30% of the earnings, while Jordy would provide the expenses and everything else that was needed. Not the worst deal ever, but Tiger did make it clear that eventually he wanted to be the main owner of the channel.
Right? I approached Jordy. I said, hey man, I just want you to know that sometime in the future I would like to fully own the channel. Right. I don't know when this is. I told him like a couple of years from now we can do like a buyout, whatever, right?
And yeah, that's pretty reasonable. Who wouldn't want to do that? But Jordy did not seem to like that at all.
But then a month afterwards, I wake up and I get a notification on my phone. Your channel access to Tiger has been removed. And at that point, I was like, okay, I can't do this. Yeah. I can't do this. He wanted me to basically send over the videos to his team so that his team can upload them to the channel themselves. They wanted to completely cut me off from the whole channel. Yeah. And I wasn't okay with that, so I just said, you know what guys, fuck this, I'm out. Left the group, left everything, dead, no contact at all after.
But Jordy did not want all of this hard work to go to waste, which is how we enter the AI era. This is officially where things started to take a downturn for the worse. After their falling out, QuubbleCop tweeted and then deleted this. My friend had—
Yeah, those brain rot stuff wasn't even my generation, especially Sprunky.
San, Tiger on YouTube, wanted to start his very own channel. That's why I took all his videos and created an AI that mimicked him. This is the world's first artificial intelligence YouTuber powered by OpenAI GPT-3. Jordy literally cloned Tiger and then turned him into a VTuber to keep the channel going.
They literally nearly copied everything about me, okay? They even got the eyebrow cuts, they even got the beard fade, they even got the glasses, the hair color. But listen guys, you could have done a way better job, man.
Yo, this dude's lazy. This dude's lazy.
Looks absolutely trash, bro. This is such low quality.
Now, this actually was originally in the contract between Tiger and QuubbleCop from the very start of this channel. The plan was and always was that eventually Tiger would become a VTuber on this channel. And that's because the VTuber genre was growing pretty big. I mean, look at Iron Mouse. She was one of the most subbed streamers on Twitch. But locking out Tiger and then going behind his back to execute this just did not look good at all and seemed pretty scummy. So surprise, surprise, it gave him a ton of backlash. Immediately after, Jordy did delete all of the VTuber videos of Tiger from the channel. You'd think that this would have taught him to maybe stay away from this type of content, but
yeah, once you post something, chat, it's up here forever. Thanks to this guy. It's up here forever. Be careful what you post. Think twice before you do it, chat.
In fact, it only encouraged him to go deeper. But first, I gotta pay my rent, which lately has been a little bit complicated because my finances have been all over the place. Be honest, fellas, how often do you sign up for a free trial, forget all about it, and then before you know it, you end up paying 15 bucks a month for a whole year? If only there was an app that tracked all of the subscriptions you had and then let you cancel them from a push of a button. Oh wait, that's literally Rocket Money, the sponsor of today's video. I did not—
Rocket Money? Never heard of that before.
Realize how much money I was spending on my daily bagel
It
habit,
wasn't recommended
so I
in my
looked
iPhone.
at the finances from the Rocket Money app. I'm not gonna say how much I was spending, but let me just say it was too dang much. So I finally started setting up a budget system to hold me accountable. I used this for quite a lot of my other impulsive spending habits, and soon enough I was saving tons of money, and now rent isn't really as much of a stressful thing for me anymore. In our everyday lives, spending 20 bucks a day seems like nothing, but eventually that adds up to hundreds of dollars a month. So if you want to get a hold of your finances right away, make sure to go to rocketmoney.com/blanco to get started for free and even unlock other features when you sign up for premium. Huge thank you to Rocket Money, and now back to the video. Jordy's new philosophy was that humans were a barrier for production. They were getting in the way. They're unpredictable. They can leave at any time. They're just too complicated.
We have a team which makes videos as a virtual influencer. If we want to start more channels, we can. We just start a brand new team who goes and makes videos as this influencer, as this virtual influencer. And you can start as many channels as you want because they all function under the same.
This is what Mr. Beast did? think he did. What a fucking copycat, bro.
Brand, it's like Spider-Man, okay? There's so many different Spider-Mans. Why has no one done this with influencers? To a business, it's a huge risk if you invest a lot of money, and if one person leaves, the entire business collapses. And this way, it's not about one individual, it's about the entire company around it.
So this new plan was to make the content as much without people as possible. This ventured him into his second channel, Blue, a gaming channel that was completely hosted by VTubers. No human representation whatsoever.
Welcome back, everybody. My name is Blue. Today we're stealing every Lamborghini from the showroom in GTA 5. The more cars we steal, the harder it gets. My good friend QuubbleCop is joining me. How are you doing, Jordy?
I'm doing wonderful. Let's go steal some cars.
Now this channel was voiced by real humans and used motion capture technology. So like there was human aspect and creativity to it, but a lot of like the actual videos were just simply brain rot editing for children. Surprisingly enough, this channel actually did really well. Jordy said that he invested millions of euros into it, and soon enough it became pretty profitable and was making more views than his normal channel. But this channel was also one of the main reasons for his downfall. Since he was spending more time on the Blue channel, well, that took away a lot of his actual attention and focus on the QuubbleCop channel. Maybe because it took so much effort and creativity on his part, he severely slowed down on the content with the main channel, so obviously it affected his views. But to him, this didn't really matter because the Blue channel was making more money than his main channel. This was when he saw just how profitable a project like this truly was. Because even to this day, this channel is objectively successful with 2.7 million subscribers. The views are a little volatile, but the most popular upload was made just a year ago and has over 13 million views. Point is, despite the negative reception, it had steady growth. But that cannot be said about QuubbleCop. He would address if he was going to stop making daily videos on his main channel so that he can slow down and focus on more quality videos.
10 years of making daily videos. I quit. I want to go bigger. I want to make the best videos I've ever made. And I want to get to 100 million subscribers with you guys. Now to get there, that requires me to make quality content. And that's what you can expect. Starting today, from now on, you can expect my next video to be top notch, to be really flipping good, to be exactly what you want to see.
And that's pretty admirable to prioritize mental health. So what top-notch quality videos was he going to make? Well, this.
Welcome to my $7.5 million penthouse tour.
I bought the most exclusive car in the world. Check it out. This is a Mercedes G-Wagon. I adopted a $10,000 Pomeranian, and his name is Gizmo.
His entire new feed was now just non-stop flexing about his
that's
fancy
expensive.
house, cars, and dog. Where the fuck do you even get a dog for $10,000? What makes it a $10,000 dog? This easily was one of the dumbest things he could have done because it was basically just a giant middle finger to his fans. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with making content showing off some of your finer things. David Dobrik did gain a giant fandom by showing off tons of the crazy stuff that he owned, like his house and all of the other crazy shit that he would buy. He has so many followers, and this type of content is to die for from his audience. Live streamers like Aiden Ross and Kai Snack get a shit ton of engagement for the crazy stuff that they show off as well. Because to be honest, there's really nothing inherently wrong with owning that type of stuff. At least on its own. The reason why it looks so dumb from Jordy's standpoint was again because of what he said earlier.
I don't care about making an extra buck on YouTube. I don't care about the money. I really genuinely do not do YouTube for the money.
Yeah, a $7.5 million penthouse shows just how little you really care about money, Jordy. But this was right after he announced that he was going to focus on making the best possible content for his fans. It's so clear that he was making these to try and make up for his insecurity. He had no ideas left, so he started to just flex shit on his fans. It's just sad, and just like how Sunny V2 pointed out, it's the main reason why his views started to really cut in half after this. Now the thing is, he still could have made a comeback from this. A couple cringy videos, never hurt anybody. But how Jordy responded to this criticism was not smart at all. For example, when Sunny's video came out, it went extremely viral.
Oh, I remember
so
Sunny.
obviously Jordy saw it. But Jordy dismissed a lot of the main points
Haven't
from the
seen
video
him in a
because he
while.
interpreted it as the fact that the reason why it fell off was because he left the group, which was not the main reason why.
He actually thinks or said in his video that your downfall has to do with the fact that you left us.
Yeah. Well, was it?
So what do you think?
Yeah,
Like,
he
ex-girlfriend
ex-girlfriend and this and that and this.
so what's
so,
your
So I think it has much more to do with the reason, like, why Like it's not hey,
Sorry about that,
I
guys.
left the
I was
group,
throwing my
so
two cans
that
away.
caused the downfall. It was more, to me, how I looked at it is like it was a voluntary decision.
Yeah. We didn't say you're out.
No, and a lot of people think like we had a
And
fight. or
equally, you
whatever.
didn't say, I'm gone.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was for me. For me, it was very much like, okay, I realized I'm at a point in life where the best thing for me to do now is to focus on myself. And you just put everything else aside.
What started the downfall was not focusing on quality content and being a sellout. And he just didn't seem to recognize that. There was even a reaction video that he made in response to Sunny that he seemed to delete. Probably because in the video he made a statement about not wanting to be a content machine, but then quite literally right after turned himself into a content machine. It wasn't long after this that QuubbleCop tripled down on the AI while also announcing his retirement as a YouTuber. After 11 years on the platform, I'm ready to retire as a YouTuber. I successfully cloned myself and will have AI run my—
bullshit. He was like trying to quit YouTube just to avoid backlash jail. Because he was a complete like sellout after what he did.
Channel. This is a very open and public experiment, and I'll be the first creator to do this, as far as I know. I'm confident that our algorithms will be able to pull millions of views a month and entertain lots of people. This all started when I experienced a burnout while making daily content. I'm a firm believer that this is the future, and many will follow. The project will be ever evolving. It's similar to how video games have seasons and constantly improve and patch the game. You can expect the cloning, videos, views, and more to get better over time. Launching Q3 2023. Shout out to the entire team for making this possible. 5 years in the making. And the next day, he actually launched it. QuubbleCop AI is now live. We'll be posting 4 videos a week starting today, and we'll 100% focus on improving the AI every single day. This literally was just an AI clone of himself that did the talking and playing the video games and literally anything else that there is to need to make a video.
Today in Minecraft, I am stuck on one block. Can we survive? Watch until the end to find out. Oh my god, guys, it says break the block below you, but I can't lie, I'm kind of scared because I'm not sure if we'll actually regenerate, but let's just do it. And oh my god, the block will regenerate. This is insane.
Looks amazing.
Okay, guys, so we just have to keep on breaking
But
this because it is an
it's
infinite
AI.
block and it
This
spawns
proves
more
he's
than that.
lazy.
Of course. Okay, so now we are put. I'm gonna start expanding my island right now because I don't want to fall off and die because
This is why I may have to cancel Sora Clips. Because AI videos are for like people who is complete lazy and noob or something. I don't know.
as you can see, we are in hardcore. So if we die, we die.
It's as soulless as you can get. It was just simply an easy way for Jory to pump out content non-stop without having to think of the idea, or write the idea, or even get on camera, or even leave his bed. But to him, he thought this was the future. The thing is, something like this was sadly inevitable because this was in late 2022 when the AI bubble was really starting to grow. Because, you know, ChatGPT dropped around this time, so now everyone was suddenly obsessed with AI. AI content was, and sadly enough, is something that always was going to happen.
What
QuubbleCop
the
was just one of
fuck?
the first people to actually do it, and it
That
went
is
as
a little
horribly
creepy.
as it possibly could go. You don't need
Bro.
to watch more than 10 seconds to see just how shitty this content really is. It's so soulless. Like, it's impressive that AI could make something like this, but that's really only as interesting as it gets. Like, no one actually wants to sit down and continuously watch this slop. The point of the videos is to watch a real person experience real challenges and have, like, you know, real emotions and real dialogue. If you're watching a bot play video games, it defeats the whole point of the content. And for some reason, QuubbleCop just did not get that. Replacing myself with AI on YouTube has been a challenging journey. The moment QuubbleCop AI is launched is when the real journey finally begins. I believe 99.99% of influencers will be AI generated within the next 10 years. I'm confused as to why you think this is a good thing. Storytelling powered by AI tools will be able to take storytelling to a whole new level. He would celebrate the first video getting 100,000 views like as if that was like an accomplishment for him? Like as if that's good in comparison to how his videos normally perform. If anything, it's total horseshit. It was only getting views because his platform already had 15 million subscribers. Of course it was gonna get 100,000 views based off pure shock value. The reasons why Jordy thinks it's good, like how it did not take any work for him to actually make it, is the same exact reasons why people think it's bad. But it wasn't just the content that was the real moneymaker here, it was actually the tool itself that he was trying to sell. For $100 a month, you could purchase the AI tool yourself and also make shorts and long-form content. Clearly, he was trying to jump on the AI entrepreneur wave by using his image and likeness to leverage his tool. But there was no vision for the quality, it was just about money. That's it. There's no other reason. And it did show in his views. From 2015 to 2020, he had one of the largest snowball effects in content that a person possibly could have, going from 1 million to 13 million subscribers in this time zone. But this ended around the time he left Azzy and the Robust group. His views did dramatically cut short, but the views and the subs were still going up. It was slow, but growth is growth. Up until 2023, it took nearly 3 years for him to gain another 2 million subscribers. Again, growth is growth. But after the whole AI slop crap started happening, not only did he stop gaining subs and views, he started to lose subscribers. Starting in 2024 up until now, he has lost an estimated 400,000 subscribers. That is a lot of people to leave. With the views going down and the hate at its maximum, what did he do? Well, he actually responded and announced that he was going to stop doing the AI slop. Well, sorta. I might have to quit QuubbleCop AI. I'll post an apology video of me announcing the return of the real me, but in reality, it's a photorealistic AI clone of me. Or not, would be a banger. Probably coming soon. For now, let's enjoy the show while we can. He then posted this video called The End of QuubbleCop AI. He addresses the hate, admits that it was stupid, and then announces that he is going to not make any more AI content. At least that was the bait, because later he reveals that it was totally fabricated and that in reality he is going to quadruple down on the AI now.
11 years ago, I started my YouTube journey. My one and only goal was to entertain as many people as possible. But even a dream job can't stop me from growing up and growing older. And this made me realize this is not something I'll be able to do for the rest of my life. I decided to make a virtual version of QuubbleCop. However, I made a mistake. I thought that QuubbleCop AI would be accepted and embraced. But like I said, I made a mistake. I decided to share QuubbleCop AI with the world when he wasn't 100% ready. That's why we decided to train a brand new QuubbleCop 2.0 model with every bit of feedback we've received. And the results, they're astonishing. Every second you've been watching of this video so far has been completely AI generated. The QuubbleCop you're seeing on the screen right now is not really me. I hope this video provides a better glimpse into the vision that we have for QuubbleCop AI. So please consider subscribing and enjoy the story the real QuubbleCop wants to tell. The story of QuubbleCop AI. Thank you.
The thing is, it wasn't really that surprising that this entire video was AI. I mean, let's be real here. The lips did not match what he said, the stare was pretty dead-faced, and his movements were pretty repetitive and stale. Like, this wasn't exactly surprising unless you were 5 years old. But now he's going to launch a much more advanced version of the AI for his fans. No one wanted this, and clearly it wasn't changing anything. It only goes further into the argument of how it's deceptive to make content like this for people. Granted, yeah, it's more advanced, but that doesn't mean it's good, because no matter how solid the AI is, no one likes being tricked. It's deception. But it just wasn't getting through his head, because anytime he was faced with criticism, he couldn't give a real reason as to why this was a good thing. Fans and other creators have made the point time and time again that's literally just a robot lying to people that it's real. But it didn't really matter to Jordy. He just kept on going on with this. He genuinely believed that if he pushed more and more AI slop, eventually people would just come around and like it. His efforts soon expanded with not just posting on his main channel, but making a whole other channel for this called QuubbleCop AI. The channel has 1.27 million subscribers, but I highly doubt that it actually gained this simply from the AI content. I'm sure it was just a second channel that was rebranded as an exclusive AI second channel. Because seriously, like, who was actually subbing to this? Not to mention, according to view stats, it has only lost more and more subs as the content has been pumped out more and more. So my theory is pretty likely. And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, Sora dropped. A video app where you can...
Yeah, I would have been upset when I lost this many.
You can make the most realistic AI slop all you want. QuubbleCop saw this as the new sliced bread, and soon enough he would use it non-stop to post tons and tons of slop across all of his platforms.
Look at this place. It's a full-on Krusty Krab in real life. Clamshell sign, flags, the whole wooden exterior. Let's head in. They even build the boat counter and the order here sign.
No, the audio. I can tell that's pretty low quality because it's AI.
Smells like a grill in here. And check this out, the legendary burger.
I mean, the slop was as sloppy as it gets, yet he really tried to make it seem like this was successful. Despite the narrative all these fake YouTubers are pushing, QuubbleCop AI is a massive success. We're doing 100 million plus views per month and getting thousands of subscribers.
Oh, that's cap. He's just being a hypocritical, guys.
Every day. The numbers don't lie. 15,800,000 views on one video, 311,000 likes, 102,000 shares, 8,021 new followers. To me, that looks like enjoyable content that people watch and love. And that is just one video. We post 120 videos per month. Maybe that sounds cool on the surface, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense when you actually go into the details of it. These are all short-term views, and including Twitter. Twitter views are barely monetizable, and those are pretty easy to get. When you look at how these views correlate to real success, it's not really that much compared to what you can make with just regular content. The short form monetization is probably dog shit for all these videos, and it's not going to lead to a lot of business opportunities for him. Because of this regular content, he probably made a lot from sponsors, merch, and other endeavors. There's no way that this AI crap could possibly make him even close to that type of money. And somewhere along the line, that actually did get through to his head, because the videos on his channel went from declining to bad to straight up horrendous. The channel was now a soul of what it used to be. Most of the viewers were just simply watching out of nostalgia, desperately hoping on that one day QuubbleCop will make the content that they enjoyed him for in the first place. And he would leave the AI persona, but not by choice. On the AI channel, he announced that AI QuubbleCop was actually banned from YouTube. In late 2024, YouTube out of nowhere just gave him tons of strikes to the point where he couldn't even keep up with it.
So about 3 months ago, I received an email from YouTube stating that 14 QuubbleCop AI videos were in violation of some of YouTube's policies. Before I was able to react on these 14 striked videos, and just to put it into perspective, you need 3 strikes for your channel to be terminated. We received 14 overnight. Before we were even able to appeal these striked videos, the entire channel was terminated. This all happened really quickly, super fast.
He did have plans to start normally posting content, but he still did continue a little bit with the AI slop. The video where he addressed everything was filled with a little bit of misconception because he claims that he made no money off of the AI crap.
I want to make it super clear to everyone. I have so far not made a single dollar with QuubbleCop AI. I know a lot of people are memeing about it and joking about it and then asking, well then why do you do this whole QuubbleCop AI stuff? I do it because I love doing it. Okay, I am so passionate about it.
That doesn't really seem to make a lot of sense. If we are including the Blue channel, he literally said that he was making more money from that channel than the QuubbleCop channel, and he was using AI for it. But let's assume it's just the dumbass AI QuubbleCop persona that he is referring to. What about the AdSense revenue and the tool that he was letting people subscribe to? That quite literally makes you money. Maybe not a lot of money, but definitely some money. The only way this could be true is if he somehow had a negative return from all the investments that he made into the project. If the money that he made in return was less than all of the money that he used to invest in employees and technology, okay, then that makes sense. But the way he says it, he's acting like as if he had no intention to make money, but clearly it was for the intention of making money. What other fucking reason was this for? The only reason why he kept doubling down on this nonstop was that he can just print money without having to lift a finger. Seriously, what other reason is there? There's no way you were actually passionate about this crap. Since he couldn't monetize AI content anymore, that's when he stopped posting it. He's still continuously posting the AI slop on a bunch of his other platforms, but not on YouTube. In fact, this whole time he's been trying to proclaim himself as an AI entrepreneur, clearly trying to go for some sort of Steve Jobs vibe. He started his own company, JVDB, with 80 employees. The whole point is to sell the AI tool that he was using for the content. And on his website, he makes it seem like as if he has all these clients, when in reality, these clients are just his own channels that he started before this AI slop existed. The website is barely even updated because the pages for the creators literally just has these generic stock pictures on them, instead of like pictures of the actual creator on them. And they claim that they work with huge brands like Universal and Snapchat, but there's a very good chance that this is misleading. A lot of agencies that try to claim they work with big brands often exaggerate their actual collaborations to make it seem like they're more professional, and there's a very good chance that these guys are in that same category. But YouTube at the end of the day was his real platform and moneymaker. With the views lower than ever, he decided to go back to what made him famous in the first place, real content. He started posting videos with his real face again, like as if if everything was just back to normal. At the same time, he even started to get back together with Jelly. They reunited on the 2/3 podcast that was hosted by Jelly and Slogo, and they named it that because of QuubbleCop leaving. It was on this podcast that Jordy went more into depth about why he left the group and with his downfall. But after this, him and Jelly actually made another robust Reacts channel, basically making the same type of content that they initially made when they first blew up. It seemed like things were back to normal, but the audience wasn't there anymore. His main channel videos still got horrendous views. The average one gets 100,000 views, which is a horrible decrease. And the channel with Jelly has less than 50,000 subs. Their videos would barely even get 10,000 views on this channel. And as of the time of this video being posted, they haven't posted on that channel in nearly 7 months. So the project is basically abandoned. A lot of QuubbleCop's side projects also seem to be going downhill as well. He claims his company is still running, but on their website they haven't posted an update since 2023. Now, maybe the company is still running, but I don't imagine they have a ton of clients with the QuubbleCop AI, considering just how amazing that turned out to be. He talked about all these AI channels that were going to be super successful, but the only one that is successful is Blue. There was another channel he created called Blue and Red, but that one barely even got 3,000 subscribers. And this channel was abandoned just after 1 year it was made. QuubbleCop turned his audience against him just to make these AI channels, and ironically, those turned out horrible. He sold his soul, and now he barely has anything to show for it. The sad part is that all of this didn't need to happen. It's understandable that he was feeling burnt out and wanted things to change. That happens to everybody. But it's not understandable that he treated his fans like a cash grab. It's not understandable that he tried forcing this AI slop. And it's not understandable that he basically flipped off his fans with showing off all these crazy things he owned. Trust takes years to build, but can be destroyed in seconds. Now, is QuubbleCop broke now? I definitely don't think so. His latest update claims that he actually is making quite a lot of money in real estate right now, which is believable considering that real estate is a rich man's game and you can make a lot of money back, assuming you already have a lot of money to start with. But it seems like this is one of the only real ways that he can make serious money. His YouTube channel is dead, and the only people who are watching now are the ones.
Wait, why is his hair cutting? Why is he cutting his own hair? What the fuck? Yeah, we are stopping right here. Yep, this video's over anyways. Just a quick second. So this one's done. So now we're gonna be reacting to what happened to kids' cartoons. Oh boy, we are in for a treat, are we? Last time we just react to like a few Paw Patrol videos. This channel blew up a little bit. I gained like maybe 10 subscribers in my other stream. So yeah, let's get on with it.
Hey everyone, ever since I was a kid, I have loved cartoons. They have always held a very special place in my heart. To me, they are the perfect escape from reality. A place where anything and everything can happen, and imagination is truly the only limit.
Isn't there anything on that isn't about boxes?
Welcome back to Championship Boxing.
I mean, it's not really about boxes. I give up.
I used to watch Dora so much that the first word I had ever said was abre to my mom to open the fridge. And my parents were trying to teach me English. A while ago, my sisters have started pumping out children, and now I have 3 nephews and 2 nieces. As they've been getting older, they have started to watch cartoons, and on their occasional visit, I'll watch some with them, and it has made me lose complete faith in the direction of kids' animation and entertainment. Every single cartoon looks the same, and they all have this gross, cheap 3D animated look, and just feel like watching slop. It always makes me think back to the cartoons I would watch when I was a kid, and how good they were. And it has just left me wondering, what happened to kids' cartoons?
Wow, those were the days. Were the good old days.
It's never been more clear than now that 90s and 2000s kids grew up with the golden era of cartoons. It's hard to deny the creativity and passion that went into nearly every single cartoon that was made back then. We grew up right around the time animation was going digital, and most of the cartoons in the early 2000s were still being hand-drawn. Time, love, and care were put into every frame of the cartoons at the time, and that philosophy usually carried over when switching to digital animation. It wasn't just about making a cartoon for kids, it was also about making a good cartoon. Of course, there were exceptions, and some cartoons were more geared towards young toddlers like Dora, but even that show was awesome for how it made the audience a participant in the show. However, one kid's cartoon in particular had completely changed everything. We all know the name, we know the theme, and we all know where he lives. In his orange pineapple under the sea. SpongeBob SquarePants. In Emblemed's video about SpongeBob, he talks about how it has earned over $13 billion, accounting for over 5% of Viacom's earnings. It's not just Nickelodeon, it's SpongeBob that has earned that much across all of Viacom's media properties like MTV. This helps explain why they are still beating that horse until it stops spitting out money. Merchandising kids' TV shows has never been anything new. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe cartoon was made to sell toys in the 80s. However, none have quite seen the success SpongeBob has, and it wasn't even made to sell merchandise. It was made by Stephen Hillenburg to share his passion for marine biology through animation and teach kids to love the ocean. All the money from merchandise was just a bonus to the great show that was made. Stephen Hillenburg was never really in it for the money, though it helped. Had he gotten his wishes, SpongeBob probably would have ended after the SpongeBob movie in 2004. I assume due to the IP being tied up in contracts and technically belonging to Nickelodeon, they kept milking that cash cow, and now SpongeBob has become a hollow husk of what it used to be. SpongeBob is still making money, so why would they ever stop? This, I think, marked the beginning of the end for good kids cartoons. After seeing the success of SpongeBob and animation becoming cheaper with digital animation on the rise, kids TV became more and more profit driven. This, however, wasn't the complete end. Since the SpongeBob movie came out, there have been tons of good kids shows that have come out, and maximizing profits isn't the only factor in the creation of lazy, cheap shows like Paw Patrol. I think one of the biggest changes has been due to child safety laws around advertising becoming more strict over time. Whenever I upload a video, I have to say whether or not the target audience is for kids and if it contains paid promotion. This is to comply with child safety laws and advertising laws. It's illegal to advertise to children under 13, and it is illegal to advertise something without saying it's an ad. And 10-15 years ago, you didn't need to do all that. So they've definitely gotten a lot stricter. But that won't stop people from finding workarounds. Let's take a look at one of the more popular kids' TV shows of the last decade, Paw Patrol. Now, remember how SpongeBob was made by a marine biologist to share his passion? Well, the inspiration for Paw Patrol was a toy. Someone drew the characters, then toy makers were hired to help flesh things out. From day one, Paw Patrol was about selling toys. It was never about making a good kids' TV show. The secret to Paw Patrol being so successful is the whole show is an advertisement for the merchandise. It's SpongeBob turned on its head. Instead of making something passionate, capitalize on the passion of kids. All kids love animals and firefighters and stuff. Kids are really pure of heart, and they will love almost anything if they give it enough time. And like I said earlier, Masters of the Universe was made exclusively to sell toys, and it's nothing new. But at least that show had some style and didn't appeal to the lowest common denominator. Not everyone would like it. Paw Patrol and other similar shows are truly just terribly animated cliche life lesson brain rot. It doesn't respect the intelligence of its audience, even if they are kids. The shows are all animated overseas to cut costs and are made to be as cheap as possible to make as much as possible. I feel bad that none of my nephews or nieces will grow up with a cartoon they remember fondly, that nothing will feel like it was made for them but rather to make money off of them. They won't be able to actually go back and watch it to enjoy it in a new way. If they go back to watch Paw Patrol, they will hate it and not understand how anyone could watch it. Or maybe they'll ironically laugh at just how bad it is and get a little nostalgia. But I go back and I watch Dora, and sure, it's like, oh, this was made for kids, but it still brings back fond memories, and it's still fun having her ask me questions and throwing her back dumb answers.
Red or blue? Red. Blue.
There's just a similar theme with all these new shows with plasticky looking
That meat
characters with
takes
minimal
back.
discerning qualities, big eyes, big head, tiny body. They literally look like toys in action, which is the point. It's a big ad for the kid to say, "Play with me," and capitalizes on their imagination instead of feeding it. Rarely are things made for kids to be good and memorable. It's made for money, and it makes me really sad. When I have kids, I plan to never show them this dog water, and I'm going to exclusively show them the cartoons I grew up on, because even as an adult, I'd be able to enjoy them with my kids, and I want them to be able to carry the same fondness I have for cartoons. Kids now think there's more possibilities with Marvel CGI than a piece of paper and a pen because the cartoons they have are so bad. There's a reason Bluey blew up so much, because it was actually made with some passion, not just to market and mindlessly entertain kids. And to really make a point of things, I'm going to show you a short compilation cutting between modern and older cartoons.
One big spin for the win! Whoa! Whoa! Marshall, careful! Whoa! Arthur, you made that plane all wrong. It doesn't fly at all. No, DW. I made it exactly right. What?
Oh, I remember this scene. This is back in your YouTube poop days, huh?
If it could break the sound barrier, falling out of a window shouldn't be able to break it. I told you not to touch it!
Thank you, Spidey. As King of Wakanda, I traveled to see so many wonders of the world, but I have never been to such a park.
My hot day 3-step plan. 1. Cool breeze from the Ferris wheel. 2. Enjoy a snow cone. 3. Make a splash on the water slide.
Patrick, I think we should keep our voices down. We might start an avalanche.
What?
I said, I think we should keep our voices down in case of avalanches.
What should we keep down?
Morons.
Voices!
Will you two shut up?
The chopper's on the way.
SpongeBob, my legs are frozen solid. You'll have to cut them off with a saw.
No, Patrick, I can't do that.
Why not?
Because I already cut off my own arms.
No!
What the?
Clap down. Clap all around. Clap all around. Clap up. Clap down. Clap all around. Clap all around.
Finn, do you remember?
Yeah, I think so. A long time ago, I was you, sort of. And I crashed on Earth and became a butterfly or some biz. And I guess it was just some random absurd thing. Just a joke I've been playing out for centuries.
Who's creating the joke? Are you? And if so, then are you my creator?
Maybe? I don't know. Probably not.
Probably not, but who knows? I've been around forever and experienced so much impossible junk. I've embodied all that is good and evil. And now we're here. It's unprecedented. And I give you a choice. Come with me to the end and the beginning, or struggle here a while like a beautiful autumn leaf.
What's that bell sound?
Cool, man. This is your crisis, as you stand on the edge of freedom from love, hate, friendship, isolation, jealousy, secrets, violence, video games, ice cream waffles, sadness, madness, power, honor, loyalty, saucy, mothers, fathers, scoundrels.
How long are you gonna list stuff?
It's a long list.
You're telling me to abandon all this stuff, but you're not really making it sound bad.
It's not bad. I'm just giving you the choice of a new mode of existence.
I feel like I put a lot of work into this meat reality. I'd like to see it through.
Fair enough.
Jarring. wasn't it? It really makes you look back and appreciate how good we had it. Every show was unique and had its own style. Even if some of these shows weren't for you, you can't deny the heart that was clearly put behind each and every one. Sure, in the end, they were all made to make money, but at least it was memorable. I got something out of all the shows I grew up with. They felt like art. They didn't underestimate or undermine my intelligence. Each one had something different to offer, whether it was Billy and Mandy's grotesqueness or the sea creatures of Bikini Bottom. And they didn't just want to entertain you as a kid, but you as a person. Every day I spent watching cartoons was an adventure. It didn't just exist for me to shut up for 20 minutes and sell me toys. Now it seems the only reason kids' cartoons exist is to sell toys. And sure, there will always be merchandise, but why can't a show be made to be a good show whether it's for kids or not? Sure, kids are dumb, but I think they are a lot smarter than most like to give them credit for, and I think deserve good mature storytelling as much as adults. They'll consume Paw Patrol and be happy with it until they grow out of it, but they aren't going to remember it. It's not art, it's a product. They'll remember consuming a product, not how the show made them feel and how it felt special to them, or even be able to name one of their favorite episodes. I know there will be exceptions, but I feel good kids' cartoons are getting harder and harder to come by. I feel like modern society is all about consumption, and I miss when there was at least some substance to what you consume. So what is the point of this video? Well, to be honest, I don't know. I was watching cartoons with my nephew the other day, and just got really bummed at the lack of quality, even if it is to just entertain a 1-year-old. I guess if I have anything to say, is that if you have your own kids or nieces or nephews, show them—
I never had kids. Heck, I didn't even get another girlfriend yet because I was busy helping my family out. It wasn't even my fault.
The cartoons you used to watch. Try to get them off the calculated dopamine drips of these awful modern cartoons and get them hooked on a show you used to watch that they feel they connect with. The next generations deserve more than to be treated like mindless consumers. They deserve to feel like something was made for them, not to just make money off of them, but in an artistic way. We all watched different shows when we were kids because there was something special about them that we connected with. And honestly, there's just not a whole lot that's special about any of these modern cartoons. Now, I'm just another man in his mid-20s ranting about kids' cartoons on the internet, but I feel like somewhere along the way, we forgot that kids' cartoons are art.
I don't know, this guy was 4 years older than me. Or 4 years older than me.
Too. And that is what happened to kids' cartoons.
Oh, hey. I'm not sure if this is done yet. It's hard to tell when an abstract is finished.
Jermaine, what's wrong with you? Who's taking away your identity as a landscape painter?
There's nothing wrong with me, Jake. I just changed a little. You seem like you changed a little bit too.
No, I just look different.
Nah, that sounds like denial.
Nothing's different. I'm the same. Same old Jake. Completely normal. This looks bad, but deep down, I'm not different. And you're not different either, right? You'll go back to painting landscapes.
No one is making me do this. I painted so many landscapes that the shapes of the land began to lose their meaning. And the shapes broke apart to me, so I painted them like that. And it's not like my new paintings erase my old paintings. They're both me.
Okay, I think I'm starting to get it.
Sorry I don't have more answers.
Well, do you have any more of these paintings? The shapes are always changing. Changing is their normal state, like us. Even if we're not changing on the outside, we're changing on the inside constantly. There's some stuff about me that I've been ignoring for a long time. I'm afraid of that stuff. But it's part of who I am. As long as I know the shape of my soul, I'll be all right.
Wow. You really understand my art.
Oh, I totally don't understand anything.
Oh, I think that's it. So that's the end of this. I ain't gonna lie, chat. That was enjoyable. especially in the end, it was a feel of heart, you know? Because I noticed Adventure Time when I was a kid. And I used to watch it when I was a kid. Okay, so now off to Disney keeps making racist characters. Oof. I don't know if one of these Disney creators dropped a hard R. Boy, this is gonna be fun, huh? Now to watch this, off to our boy Cam G again. It's been a while.
Look, up in the sky. It's a bird.
That's gotta be racist. There's no way.
Hey, black people.
Just when you think we couldn't get any lower as a society, we get crap like this. What's going on, everybody? It's Kata, aka Khalil Too Short, and today I want to show you guys exactly why I am right here on the internet. I am a major advocate for original black content, as in original black stories and characters, or stories that are based on African folklore and things like that, to be presented to the forefront so that we actually have something to look forward to. No, I don't just mean like a lazy race swap or mantle swap of a character that was classically white or a different kind of skin color. No, I'm not talking about bringing in more movies about slavery, about racial tensions, about drugs and gangs and shit like that. No, I'm talking about stories that just happen to have black characters and they just do things, you know? Hey, it's a space opera, it's a western, it's a love story. Maybe this is a war movie, or maybe this is about this dude trying to climb the corporate ladder, or any of these other ideas that you could come up with. I firmly believe that you can tell these kind of stories and have them resonate with any kind of audience, and it doesn't have to boil down to the fact that these characters are black. But of course, people that are in Hollywood in the Western entertainment sphere are so disconnected from the people that watch their stuff, they don't understand that. They think the only thing that us niggas want is to see a bunch of nigga shit, so that's what they continue to get.
Demonetization alert! Demonetization.
Give us. And not only just the adults, the children also, because we have a show right here called Hey AJ, which is a black cartoon, which in theory is not a bad idea. You know, you got Gracie's Corner.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with adding these characters that are darker in, like, any companies, you know, Disney, Paramount, Warner Bros. That's completely fine. I mean, it's just TV shows, movies, and cartoons. But some people who exposed me find it very offensive and sensitive, and wanting to act like disabled children for some reason.
On YouTube, and you got all these other things that try to inform kids in a way that kind of resonates with black culture. That's completely fine. But what's not fine is when you go ahead and take black stereotypes and then turn them into actual characters. Because in the show, there is a superhero that she watches called Captain Durag, and he goes around cleaning up Slime City.
Really, AJ? You're supposed to be cleaning your room right now. We agreed that you could only watch all the Captain Durag movies if your room was clean. And it's far from clean. There's a new Captain Durag sequel coming out on Friday, and we need to watch all his movies before we see it.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you out of your mind?
Yes, that is a real thing. It's not a joke. It's not a parody that you would see on something like SNL or In Living Color, or a joke that they would make on South Park or Family Guy or any of these other shows. This is a legitimate thing that somebody sat down, created, storyboarded, brought it to the Disney executives, and then the executives said, hey, this is what the nigga kids like to see, ain't it? Well, let's go ahead and greenlight that thing. It's the most tone-deaf, on-the-nose, racist bullshit that I've ever seen in my entire life. And to make matters worse, I found out who the creator is, and all of her words make this so much more terrible. This is Camille Corbett right here, and she's supposed to be a comedian, and this is one of the videos that she drops on Instagram. She definitely looks like a great role model for young black girls. If I didn't know any better, I would have thought that this person was working as a marketing professional for Vault Enterprises or some shit like that. Like, this character sounds like it was straight up ripped off from The Boys. But I digress. She goes, I created the character Durag Man, now known as Captain Durag on the Disney show Hey AJ, and I'm just finding out people are finding it problematic. I just wanted our culture to have a superhero of its own.
Who are these niggas?
So let me get this straight real quick. Your first thought when making a character that could represent...
Why are you guys doing these companies dirty? You know, I've been through this almost 2 years ago. When I got exposed for making that shit that you guys like. And that's the problem. They're extremely sensitive. You want to act like little kids.
Black culture was to make a nigga with a do-rag that's a cape and call him Captain Durag and have them going around in Slime City. You know, the term that gang members like to call each other, slime and shit like that. And you thought that was okay.
Are you retarded?
You didn't think you could make any kind of heroes that are black and just have them...
Oh, don't call nonverbals that. You'll get a lot of backlash and hate.
Be good. It's not like we don't have a bunch of those. You know, we got Bishop, we got Blue Marvel, we got Black Panther, we got Blade, we got Storm, we have Static. His name is Static, not Static Shock. We have Black Lightning, we have Luke Cage. We have a multitude of examples that can show you that you can just make a black character and not have it be a caricature. But you took a stereotype, which is niggas wearing do-rags, which I know is kind of ironic because I'm wearing one. But you took that stereotype and made that into a character. And to make matters worse, this is what the concept art looked like. Let me show y'all just how fucking tone deaf and stupid these niggas are. You have do-rag for the waves, shades, which are...
I'll be right back, guys. I gotta use the bathroom, so... BRB. Alright guys, I'm back. Let's continue.
Hater blockers, spikes for fighting crime, and picking out the fro. Who you know fly a young whippersnapper. Oh my god, I'm about to fucking throw up. And then to make matters worse, she said that this nigga is going around wearing them stump the yards.
Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
This doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel like you're being serious when you made this character. To be honest, it looks like something that I would do if I was just making a joke on stream or something like that. And what they don't understand is by doing this, you open up the floodgates for people to just come in and start saying all kind of heinous, racist jokes that they can because they see what you're doing as a joke, as a parody. So they're gonna go along with it. Like, I guarantee you, you can go to the comment section of this video right now, and the first thing you'll see is somebody making a black racist joke because your dumbass went out here and made this character. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna join in. Like, seriously? Captain Durag? What's next? Wick Thick? EBT Girl? Miss Aborts? The Weave Warrior? The Cantu Controller? The Section 8 Soldier? Professor Fade? And one of my favorites, Black and Mild Man. I can't wait until we find his sidekick, the Oxtail Warrior. And to drop this during Black History Month as well? Like, bro! They can just go on and on and on, and you have nobody to blame but yourself because this is the route that you chose to go. And you wonder why people don't want to give black characters or stories a chance. It's because you keep doing shit like this. You keep making it about race when you could just make it about anything else. Like, we are literally in a time where the only thing that's stopping you from creating is you yourself. And you can do anything that you set your mind to. So why in the fuck do you keep continuing to go back to the oppression Olympics instead of just making something cool and unique? And another thing that's terrible about it is there are people that are actually out here sitting trying to defend these kind of actions when it comes to black characters and black stories. Let me show you one real quick. Like this person right here going, little kids finally get a show made not just by black people, but for black people, and y'all want to act like it's suddenly racist. When this shit gets canceled and suddenly we get a new series with just one black character with a white hairstyle, don't be surprised. First of all, this show isn't just created by black people. It's created by 2 white dudes and a former NFL player. Sure, they might have some black writers on there, but you're factually incorrect when you're talking about the creators. And secondly, it is racist to go out and start making black stereotypes into actual media and acting like this is some kind of like pride thing and something that you should be cool about, because it's not. All it's gonna do is teach these young black kids to keep leaning into the stereotypes that other races of people say about them. And if it gets canceled after 1 season, they have nobody to blame but themselves because they made it. But I have a worse example.
I mean, SML made a video about Mr. Hoodman where Chives like gave like Mr. Hoodman some chicken, watermelon, Kool-Aid. And SML didn't get called out for that, right? These motherfuckers from Go Anime and Beyond community are so damn sensitive, dude. Sensitive.
For you right here from this account right here, Underdog BT BLM. This is one of the worst accounts on Twitter. He is nothing but a black weeb, like somebody who thinks that, you know, rules for thee, not for me. And he's so pro-black to the point of being a mental slave and thinking that anything that has black on it is supposed to be good. A person that I just despise because you're everything that's wrong with our culture. But anyway, look at this. Somebody called him out talking about blackwashing and whitewashing because the two are synonymous. You shouldn't be changing the skin colors of characters if they're designed a certain way. And this idiot went and said, this is bullshit and let me explain why. If you make a character black, I'm guessing he meant to say if you make a white character black, it doesn't change who they are as a character. If you make a black character white, you erase that character's ethnicity. In other words, blackwashing doesn't exist and whitewashing is wrong. Fuck boy. Huh? This is legitimately the mentality of a lot of people that work in Hollywood right now. They really think that taking a white character and making them black is not racist, but if you make a black character white, that is racist. And what he just did was reconfirm everything that we've been saying is wrong in entertainment. They truly think that the only thing that a black character is black. Nothing other than that, because he said if you erase them being black, you take away their whole character. What the fuck do you mean? Is there nothing else to them other than their skin color? Why are we only on the superficial? This goes back to the do-rag man thing. It's super fucking official. You looked at a black story and said, hey, do-rags, combs, black power, and you thought of nothing else. That shows exactly what you think about black people and how low you think of us, if that's the only thing you can come to. And here's another example. We have a new show that's coming out from Megan Thee Stallion called Hotties, and it's being produced by one of the producers of the Boondocks. And this is a screenshot of said show, and tell me what's the first thing that you see in the background. Black power in the background and the Pan-African flag over there on the left.
It's pretty difficult to put into words how disgusted I am, how depressed I am.
Showing you that this is going to be another one of those nigga shows where the only thing that's going to be talked about is nigga shit, dude. It's like, it's so tiring to me. Like, I can definitely tell that this is going to be one of those series that's canceled after one season and there's going to be 10 episodes of twerking, drugs, and white people bad. All in all, this whole Captain Do-Rag thing is just another example of everything that I hate in modern entertainment, dude. Like, I seriously cannot stand the fact that we have no positive black...
But hey, Disney is trying to try their best. They're trying their best. Ain't no way y'all motherfuckers are trying to throw some perfectly good tantrum. I mean, Disney is trying their best, and my company, Donkey Kong Corporation, tried their best to entertain people. Does not automatically mean you can just cause a lot of chaos and drama. Okay? Y'all need to grow up. If you guys don't like it, then don't watch it.
Role models when it comes to media outside of Black Panther, and that is the only one that people can think about when it comes to positive role models in media. Even in the 70s and the 80s with the blaxploitation movies, we had good characters and stories that didn't just revolve around being a nigga. It was just a story that they wanted to tell, and they had role models in shows like the Jeffersons, Sanford and Son, and even Bill Cosby. Good Times and all the other movies that were coming out that were showing the strong black nuclear family and giving you good life lessons along with it, and not just being stereotypes of the culture. You have Jon Stewart, who is a Green Lantern and used to be a cop, a positive black role model. We don't get shit like that anymore. We just get the Sharkeishas. We just get Captain Do-Rags. We just get Captain Nigga America. We just get Ironheart. We get all of these terrible representations of what it means to be a person, and they make them black, and then they say, oh, well, here you go, good little nigga. I hope you're happy now. Here, we got this dude. We got Professor 2 Chainz running around, destroying the city, and now he's about to get beat up by Captain Do-Rag. Doesn't that make you feel so good and proud about being a nigga? No, it fucking doesn't. It really insults me, and it makes me angry because I have a child, and I don't want my child watching this shit and thinking, oh, this is all I am. I'm just black. Oh, my...
Oh, I watched this already, Matthew, off screen, so I'm good. I'm just trying to, trying to get all prepared just to make a video on Papagero. But thank you for trying to get me all caught up, Matthew. But I already watched it already, so... Yeah, I don't do videos that I react twice or more.
My God, I'm just stereotypes. It's fucking racist in every sense of the word that this is the only thing you see of black people. Stereotypes and hand-me-downs. You can only give them characters that used to be white. We have another one that just dropped while I was recording this video that they're casting a black woman to be Joan of fucking Arc. Like, what are we doing?
Whoa, calm down, Jamal. Don't pull out the 9.
I'm sorry, got a little mad there, man. I just get so annoyed seeing this over and over and over again, and they wonder why nobody is watching their streaming services, nobody goes out to watch the movies they're making, and why everyone on Twitter seems to be a racist or a right-leaning person. It's because you keep pushing and pushing and pushing people to the point where they don't give a fuck about you anymore, and the only thing they want to do is mock you. And it makes it harder for creatives, you know, like me, like Eric July, like Epic Mike, like Aldous Hodge, like Michael B. Jordan, like Ryan Coogler, like all these other creatives that are black that just want to tell stories. They can't really get it out there like that because y'all have made it so difficult for people to give it a chance because the only thing they're gonna see is black. But yeah, man, that's all I got. Y'all let me know what you think about all this down below.
Alright, so this is the end of this video. I mean, man, these people that they see that they don't want to watch had to be so sensitive and cause a lot of drama. Seriously, they're just content and not meant to be taken seriously. Like, bro, come on. Alright, so we're back to Loudcess once again. And it's our boy, Camp G, once again, so let's get it over with.
The Loud House fan comics suck. And trust me, I'm an expert on this, okay? Throughout my very recent rise on YouTube, I have read a lot of Loud House fanfics and fan comics. Some I made videos about, some I didn't, but one thing is for sure, they are all messed up in some way. But to give them credit, they are also addictive as hell. As soon as I read the first pages of one, some inexplicable force compels me to read the rest of them until I reach the point of no return. This happened to me with the comics It's Not Your Fault, Rewrite the Stars, and last year The Secret. I thought that would be my last Loud House fan comic video because I assumed I had already covered the most disturbing comics this shithole of a fandom had created. But what do you know, there's always a bigger fish. There's always some dark corner of the internet you haven't visited, where there's a big boogeyman hiding. And that boogeyman is the topic of today's video. A Loud House fan comic so messed up that it led to the arrest of its creator. And as usual, before diving into the comic, I gotta warn you about the disturbing topics I'm gonna mention. If you're not new to the channel, you're probably familiar with these already, but if you are, just take a quick look at them and see if you're comfortable continuing. The comic, funnily enough, is just called The Loud Comic, and if you somehow stumbled upon it online, you do probably think it's just a normal fan-made Loud House.
What? Why does my video player keep doing this? My OBS studio and my display screen wasn't even in the same display screen, right? Yeah.
Comic, even though we all know those don't exist. I wasn't able to find the original website where these were posted, but it was probably on Tumblr or DeviantArt, by the user JumpJump, who is also the guy who later got arrested. I was gonna give you a tour of his DeviantArt gallery since his Tumblr got nuked, but actually, you know what? Let's just skip to the comic. The comic is divided into 4 chapters, and summarized, it's basically about how obsessed Luen is with Lincoln, romantically, and how far she's willing to go to make him love her back. And let me tell you right off the bat, she goes pretty far. Each chapter cover looks like a page taken straight from Luen's notebook. The first one features a sketch of Lincoln with a bunch of hearts and the caption, "I love my brother." And there's also a little note saying, "You cannot give your brother a Valentine's card, see me." Which makes it pretty obvious that Luen wrote one of those Valentine letters you make in school, but some teacher caught a glimpse of what she was doing and got extremely concerned and left a note basically saying, "Look, we need to talk about this." The first chapter starts in a really strange way. Ronnie Ann, one of Lincoln's romantic interests, wakes up after being unconscious and realizes she's tied to a chair. A voice from behind her goes, "Oh, you're awake. And that voice is none other than Luann. She's holding a baseball bat partially covered in Ronnie Ann's blood. They are in some kind of sewer, miles away from the nearest house. Luann starts explaining that she's taking Ronnie Ann out because she's interfering with her plans to get close to Lincoln. And Ronnie Ann's response to being kidnapped and about to get murdered is calling Luann unfunny and a joke. Which, I mean, if I got kidnapped, the last thing I would do is to rage bait my kidnapper that's holding a baseball bat. And to no surprise, Luann kills her. Very gruesomely, might I add. After that, Luann just goes home like nothing happened. She finds Lincoln crying in bed because he got a letter from Ronnie Ann saying she hates him. Plot twist, the letter wasn't from Ronnie Ann, it was from Luann. She also sent another fake letter to Ronnie Ann pretending to be Lincoln, telling her to meet him in an abandoned warehouse, which ultimately led to her death. But girl, that's on you. Who the f goes to an abandoned warehouse at night? That's some Scooby-Doo shit. Luann tells Lincoln a bunch of shitty jokes, which makes him forget about everything and to fall asleep in her arms. Meanwhile, Lucy goes to the warehouse and finds Ronnie Ann's corpse with the baseball bat still in her mouth. Lucy didn't just stumble onto the crime scene, she knew exactly where to find it. And she knows who did it as well. She takes the bat, cleans it, and places it next to Lin Lau Jr. while she's sleeping, because apparently the bat belonged to Lin. The next morning, Lin comes into the kitchen practicing some swings with the bat, which scares the living shit out of Luann, since it's literally evidence from the crime she committed last night. She asks Lin where she got it, but Lin just says that she woke up and the baseball bat was just there. Luann doesn't believe her, which starts a fight between the two of them, exactly as Lucy had planned, because now she can have some alone time with Lincoln. I don't like where this is going. She goes inside his room and asks him to listen to one of her poems. The poem she reads out loud is a metaphor to express her love for Lincoln, but he doesn't understand because he's a dumbass. So she just straight up says it out loud that she loves him and then goes for a little smoochie. And on the last page of this chapter, it's revealed that Luann has mounted a full-on CCTV system in Lincoln's room that lets her videotape him 24/7. The cover of the second chapter is yet another drawing from Luann's notebook. This time it features a drawing of Luann and Lincoln getting married, and once again it has a little note written down.
Luann, you have been told about these pictures in the past.
So this means two things. First, Luann's obsession with Lincoln has been going on for a long time now. And second, she is very bad at hiding it, since this is at least the second time a teacher has caught one of these pages. The second chapter starts where the first one left off, with Luann and Lin fighting and Lincoln and Lucy doing, stuff? Aha, Lincoln, you are banging your sister. Lori, the older sister, stops the fight and tells
Sorry,
Luann...
I wasn't laughing, like, at the incest shit. It's like the fucking Dracula thing. The Dracula joke. That's pretty funny.
And to go get ready because she has an appointment with her therapist. They go upstairs to get ready and the noise causes Lincoln and Lucy to stop doing the you-know-what in fear of getting caught. As Luann and Lori are about to leave for the appointment, Luann catches a glimpse of Lucy trying to sneak out of Lincoln's room, which doesn't make Luann happy. And considering what happened to the last person who made her angry, I don't think that's a good sign for Lucy. Luckily for Lucy though, Luann doesn't have time to deal with her right now because she has an appointment with her therapist. It's not her first therapy session. Matter of fact, by the look on her face, it seems she has been through a lot of them, and she definitely doesn't look forward to another one. Lori tries to cheer Luann up by saying,
Remember, Luann, this is to help you.
But Luann whispers,
I think it's too late for that.
As soon as she enters the office, she puts on a mask, a fake smile, and an energetic, happy tune. Probably to deceive the therapist into thinking she has slowly been getting better after all these meetings, even though we know that's not the case. The psychologist doesn't seem to fall for Luann's act. He knows Luann doesn't like the sessions, and he questions her about her weird behavior the last time they met.
I was quite concerned with how we left last time, Luann. You refused to engage. Would you like to talk about what happened?
Luann responds saying it was because she had seen an horror movie the night before the meeting, and that was the reason she was so quiet and down.
Oh, it was an horror movie, Doc. I saw it the night before. I guess it affected me more than I thought.
But what the doctor doesn't know is that the movie she mentioned is actually referring to a videotape she had recorded of Lincoln's room through her CCTV system. The comic shows us exactly what Luann had seen that night, and it was something really disturbing.
Bloody. This is why the creator who made this shit got arrested, huh?
The tape starts with Lincoln sleeping peacefully in his bed, but in the middle of the night, Lynn enters the room asking to sleep with Lincoln, using the excuse that Lucy was reading poems late at night. Lincoln agrees, but then she takes off her clothes, lays next to him, and they start doing very disturbing acts. Luann wanted to do something about it. Her anger was so uncontrollable that she started bleeding from her mouth. But ultimately, she couldn't really do anything.
Sounds
the
like
only
anime
thing she
shit
could
right
do
here.
was
Sounds
watch.
like Dragon Ball shit right here.
Meanwhile, Lucy and Lincoln are discussing some very important topics about their, peculiar relationship. Like how they would hide it from other people and how their babies would look like. Would they have white hair? Would they be blonde? Would they be significantly deformed because their genetic code is literally the same? Who knows, only time will tell. But the discussion is cut short as they start doing even more questionable activities.
One eternity later.
After many hours of sin and me bleaching my eyes, Lincoln and Lucy go downstairs to watch some cartoons, when suddenly someone knocks at the door. Lincoln opens it and it's the police. They found out about Lincoln's relationship with some of his sisters, and after months of compiling evidence, they are here to arrest him. No, I'm just joking. The cops are actually there because Lynn broke the neighbor's window with a baseball. They still have no idea about the atrocities happening inside that house. Sadly, Lynn pays for the window using Lincoln's money, which makes him crash out. But don't worry, Lincoln, she says she will pay you back later. Oh, so that's what she meant. Lincoln and Lynn get into a big discussion as Lincoln finally realizes that maybe dating not one but two of his sisters isn't such a great idea. Their discussion is interrupted by Lucy, and I might as well stop talking about the comic here because there are only a few pages left and they don't tell us that much. In case you're wondering, the comic isn't finished, and its future is kind of uncertain, mostly because of some mystery surrounding its creator. Since the comic's controversial release in 2016, its creator has taken a lot of breaks and hiatuses between page releases. Over time, those breaks became significantly longer. To give you an idea, the first chapter had 44 pages and was released in mid-2016. The second chapter is harder to trace, but it was either released alongside the first one or a few months later in late 2016, and it had around 54 pages. Chapter 3 came out in early 2019.
Wait, this is what Loud Says started? I didn't know that.
Only 13 pages, and Chapter 4 currently has 9 pages. Its development started sometime in 2022, but the publication of new pages has been extremely inconsistent, borderline uncertain. There are some somewhat recent tweets made by Jump mentioning the comic, even one where he posted finished pages for pages 10 and 11 from the 4th chapter in early 2024. And he occasionally publishes comic strips with similar content from the Loud House, which may or may not indicate his continued interest in this type of content. One big piece that is most likely correlated to all of this was Jump's arrest in late 2017. Not much is known about what actually happened, but what we know is that in October 2017, Jump posted a sort of mini-comic called Jump's Last Message, The Dawn of a New Era. In this comic, Lincoln receives a letter from Jump himself saying,
"Dearest Lincoln, I must leave you. Why I cannot say. Where I'm going you cannot know. How I will get there I haven't decided yet. But one thing I can tell you. Anytime I hear the wind blow, it will whisper the name Lincoln."
I'm sorry, but what the fuck is this message? Is this supposed to be some kind of love letter or what? Anyway, Lincoln goes to confront Jump about this drastic decision, and he never really explains to him the reason why he's going to disappear, only saying that a few things had happened and they are hard to explain. A few months after posting this, Jump would make an announcement on his now deleted Tumblr. The post title was, "So, you all wanna know why I disappeared and what happened to the Loud comic." In this post, he would clarify the reason why he was gone from October 2017 to January 2018. To put it short,
yeah, like I said in the last few videos ago, once you post something on YouTube or social media, it's up here forever. and there's no turning back.
Basically, Jump Jump is a British bloke in it, and in the UK there are some strict laws regarding on what you can draw and what you can't draw. According to Jump Jump's own account in the post, an anonymous user contacted authorities falsely claiming that his Loud House fan art involved real children. This led to his arrest in October 2017, with police seizing his devices and social services temporarily removing his children from home. Yup, this guy is married, by the way. He described the ordeal as traumatic, leading to mental health struggles, including 2 attempts to take his own life due to the stress. However, on the last day of January, a court hearing ruled in his favor on the custody issue, with no evidence found to support the heinous claims made against him. The matter appears to have been resolved without formal charges or a conviction. After this, Jump Jump gradually returned online, resuming his work on the Loud House comic. The long hiatuses seem tied to personal matters, mental health recovery, and life priorities. As of 2026, he's still active, posting occasional sketches, but the comic's future remains uncertain, with no clear timeline for completion. So yeah, maybe he will finish it, maybe he won't. Honestly, I don't really know what else to say. Do you think he should have been arrested for creating this kind of disturbing content? Do you think otherwise? Well, regardless of what you think, just know this one thing. I love you, bye!
Alright, so... this is the craziest video that I've ever seen this far. Anyways... I'll just continue doing more reactions later. I got a lot of other stuff to catch up. One of you guys, like, have been waiting for more animations, especially the Fresh Prince Blackham of Bel-Air. So yeah. See you guys later, so...